So look at this. Object is the concept. What is an object? Why we are going to use an object? Object is nothing but table in the regular database. If you take any other application in the database, we create a table. In the table, we will save the data. But in the Salesforce, the same tables are called as objects. So object is nothing but a table in the regular database. Any data you want to save in Salesforce, that is stored to objects. Any data you want to save in the Salesforce, we are going to save the data to objects. There are two types of objects. One is standard object, other one is custom object. What is a standard object? Object created by the Salesforce is called standard object. Objects created by the Salesforce are called standard objects. Objects created by the Salesforce are called standard objects. Name some of the standard objects: account, contact, opportunity, case, user, profile, document. Like this, so many standard objects are. Custom object. Any object you create according to your business requirement. Any object you create according to your business requirement are called custom objects. How do you recognize a custom object? Custom object will have underscore C. Now, if it is an account, mute your mic. Kavita, mute your mic. Right. Look at the format. If it is a standard object, we are going to have account. If it is a custom object, I will have account underscore C. If this is a standard object, we will have account. If same thing is a custom object, we will have underscore C. Okay. Now the question is, in how many ways we can create custom objects? We can create a custom object, sir, using a standard navigation, schema builder. I can go with the creation of custom object using a standard navigation, using a schema builder. Okay. Now, the way we create an object in the Lightning and Classic, both are going to be same. Only the difference is navigation. Otherwise, every property is the same. Now, let us see how I am creating. First, I will go with setup, build, create objects, new custom object. Setup, build, create objects, new custom object. Object, new custom object. Kavita, mute your mic. New custom object. This is the navigation. Then we are having label name, plural name, object. Label name, plural name, object. Look at this. I have objects. This is a customer table, employee, name of the table, customer, Name of the table, employee. So table name customer, table name employee. In this table, so here, so these are the tables what I have in the database. Right. Now, with what name this table should be displayed to every user? With what name the table should be visible to every user? That is called label name, object label. With what name object should be visible to every user? With what name object should be visible to every user is called object name. Object name. With what name you are going to refer to this object programmatically. Using a program, if I want to refer to this object, what is the name I am going to use? That is object name. Label and name is always same. With what name you display, with what name you refer in the programming. So what we have? Object label, object name. Table is nothing but object. Table is nothing but object. Table is nothing but object. Right. Now, so what we have seen? Label name, object label, object name. Okay. Now let us see. Now, if a user want to open this table, how do I open? If user want to open this table, how do I open? If user want to open this table, how do I open? So how does I open this table? For every table, we are having one button. So what is this button called? What is this button called? The name printed on the button is called plural label. The name that is printed on the button is called plural label. The name that is printed on the button is called plural label. Name that is printed on the button is called plural label. So object label, object name, plural label. What is that plural label? For the object, when you create a tab, on the tab, what is the label that should be displayed? It is called plural label. It is called plural label. If you look at this, we have accounts. What was this? It is a tab. It is a tab. It is a tab. When you click on the tab, corresponding object is opening. What is the name we are getting here? Leads. It is a plural label. Accounts, plural label. Contacts, plural label. Opportunities. On the top of the tab, what is the name that should be printed is called plural label. Object label, object name, plural label. I hope you are clear. Object name is for what? Display to the user. Object name is for what? It is to refer to the object programmatically. Plural label is on the top of the tab. What is the label that should be displayed is called plural label. I hope you are good. Right. Okay. Let us go to the next. Customers. So label name, plural name, object. Description. Anything of your choice. Customer data. Right. Next we have context sensitive help. What we have here? Help for this page. When you click on this help, corresponding document is open. When you click on this help, corresponding document is open. When you click on the help, corresponding document is opening. Corresponding document is opening. Right. Similarly, you are creating your own object now. On this object also, you will get help for this page. When you click on that help, what is the document that should be open? On every object, on the top, we have help for this page. When I click on that, Salesforce will open standard document for you. Now, you are creating your own object. In your object also, you are getting a link on the top. When you click on the link, what is the page that should be open is given as context sensitive help. With respect to this object, what is the help document that should be open? That is given as context sensitive help setting. I hope you are good. Context sensitive help setting. I told open standard Salesforce and training window. Open the standard Salesforce and training window. If I select this, standard Salesforce window will be open. If I choose open a window using Visualforce, you want to open your own Visualforce, you can do it. When I click on this, this document will open. Do you want me to open standard pages, or you are going to design your own Visualforce page? Do you want me to open standard Salesforce document, or are you going to open your own document? That's a question here. I hope you are good with this. Followed everyone? Okay. Parmish. Now look at this. Context sensitive. Which one should be open? Standard or custom? Okay. Let us go to the next one. I hope you got my point. Context sensitive. With respect to your object, on the top you are getting help. When I click on the help, which document should be open? Okay. Enter record name, label and format. Enter record name, label and format. What does it mean? What does it mean? Boss, in every object, by default, Salesforce will create one field. In every object, Salesforce by default create one field. What is the name of the field? Name. By default, Salesforce in every object create one field. What is that? Name. Now, this is a mandatory field. You cannot leave the value of this field blank. You cannot leave value of this field blank. It is must that you have to enter the data. Now, Salesforce by default on every object, Salesforce by default on every object, it will create one standard field which is called name field. It is a mandatory field. Next question. What type of data can be stored in this field? Can I store a number? Can I store a date? Can I store a true or false? Can I store a string? What type of data can be stored in this field? Then they say, boss, in the name field, you can store two type of values. Text and auto number. What is text? You are supposed to enter. If I say auto number, you tell the format, system will enter. Now, according to my company, I don't need a customer name, I need a customer ID. So, when you go to ATM, withdraw the money, your transaction number is a fixed format. Number will increment. When I go to online, your ticket number, okay, reference number is a fixed format. Number will be incremented. Like that, you tell me the format, I will create the number for you. So I told customer ID hyphen each zero indicate one digit, starting with 1. So what happened? Whenever I create a new record, it will assign the IDs automatically. Based on the format I have given, system will automatically create the number. Suppose if I have given a format like EMP 09, based on the format what you specified, the system will auto generate the number. This is called auto number. You tell me the format and tell me from which location, from which value I have to start, automatically system will generate. So based on the format what you mentioned, system will auto generate the number, which is called auto number. So the name field will accept the data. Name field will accept the data in two format. Name field will accept the value in two format. Name field will accept the value in two format. One is text, other one is auto number. Text, auto number. Text, auto number. I hope you are good. Am I clear with this? No. This is what customer. I'm taking customer ID. Customer ID, auto number. Customer ID, auto number. So what happened here? You mentioned the format. You mentioned the format. You mentioned the format, and we got the value. So what is this name field? What is this name field? Name field is a mandatory field which was created by the Salesforce. Name field is a mandatory field which was created by the Salesforce. Name field is a mandatory field which was created by the Salesforce, which accept auto number or text. It is going to accept auto number or text. Okay. Auto number means what? Auto number means it is auto generated based on the format what you mentioned. Okay. Any query at this level? Clear? Everyone is good with this? Then we had optional features. What are these optional features? These options can be enabled or disabled at any level of the application. These options can be enabled or disabled at any level of the application. It is not mandatory that you have to enable this at the time of creating an application. As per your requirement, we can enable or disable this option. It is not mandatory that we have to enable these options at the beginning. As per your requirement, we can enable or disable. What are these optional features? LO reports. Now, all these four are four independent topics. I'm giving you an overview now. When you go to the topic, we'll discuss in detail. What is that? First one, LO reports. It allows you to create a report on the data what is there in the table. Like in a customer table, 1 lakh records are there. I want to say, city wise, tell me how many customers are there. What is it? You are creating a report. If you want to create a report on the data, we need to enable an option called LO reports. LO report allows you to create reports on the data which is available in this table. LO activities. What is that LO activities? Allows you to create task, event. Allows you to create what? Task. When a new customer is created, okay, give me a copy of documents. When all the customers from city Hyderabad, attend the meeting on 20th of March. What was that? Event or a task? If you want to create event or a task, what we need to enable? Allow activities. Track field history. Now, what was this track field history? Let me show you this. Now, I modified. Look at the point. I'm just showing you the structure. Don't look at the options what I'm doing. Just try to understand the concept. I told some fields: annual revenue, industry, lead source. These three fields I selected. When you select these three fields, what will happen? Just showing an example. Don't worry about the navigation, just understand the concept. Okay. Now look at this. Industry modified to banking. When I modified the value of industry to banking, here I got it. On so and so date, Satish Mahila modified industry to banking. Again. On so and so date, Satish Mahila modified industry from banking to consulting. What was that called? Field. There is some sensitive data. When you have some sensitive data, I want to know who is modifying, who is working. Then what is that called? Field tracking. So any change happens on the data of that field, I want to know who modified, when they modified, what is the old value, what is the new value, which is called field tracking. I hope you are good. I hope you are good. I hope you are good with this. So what was that called? Allow field tracking. When you say allow field tracking, any changes? So any modification that you make on this field, any modification that you make on this field will be tracked, which is called field tracking. Right. Not on every field. Whichever is important for us, we'll track it. That is one of the options. What was that called? Track field history. What was the next option? Allow in charter. If you want this object to be used in the charter or communities, we enable this. Now, once again, what are these optional features? What are the optional features? These can be enabled or disabled at any level. What is that allow reports? Allow report is for what? Allows you to create report on the data which is available in the table. Allow activities means allows you to create event or task. Track field history means any change that is made on the field that can be tracked. Allow in charter group, so we can use this object in charter and committee. Again, what are these optional fields, boss? You can use your mouth not only for eating biryani. Sometimes you can respond also. Right. So what is that optional features? So what was that for? This can be enabled or disabled as per your business requirement. Allow reports. Allow reports. It allows you to create a report on the table. Allow activities. It allows you to create task and event. track field history. This is to track the modification made on the particular field data. Allow in charter groups. It is for what? Allow in charter groups. Allows you to use this object in charter and communities. I hope you are good. Okay. Right now I am not selecting any one of these. Then I have object classification. Boss, you are creating this object. When you are creating this object, they are asking, is it a lightning application object or a enterprise application object? Enterprise is regular application. Lightning is single page app. You are creating this object. Is it created for lightning or is it created for enterprise? If you create for enterprise, it can also be used in the lightning. If you create for the lightning, it cannot be used in the enterprise. Okay. Why? If the following three options are enabled, it is enterprise application object. Which of the options? Allow sharing, bulk API access, streaming API access. If the following three options are enabled, it is enterprise application object. If any one of the option is disabled, it is a lightning application object. If the following three options are enabled, it is enterprise application object. If any one of the option is disabled, it is lightning application object. Any object which was created for lightning cannot be used in enterprise. Object created for enterprise can be used in lightning. I hope you're good. Okay. Now, deployment status. Boss, you have created this object. The object what you created, is it available for use for everyone? Now, creation of object is done. It is readily available. Now, can everybody use this? Depends upon your status. What was that status? Development. When I say development, it is not ready for sharing. Only administrator can see this object and use it. It is not available for anyone. Still the process of development is not done. Only admin can see and he can work on it. Deployed. Yes. Process of development is done. It is ready for access. Everyone can see as per your company security rules. In development, still it is not done. I cannot share this object with anyone except administrator. Deployed. The process of development is done. I can share with everyone. Depends upon your business requirement. I hope you are good. Okay. Next we have, what is the next one we had? So we have search status. Now the data which was on the top, we are searching for the data. The data which was on the top, we are searching. If I give a Gini point, if that keyword, if there is any data in the account object, it is giving you. Similarly, whatever the data you have in your table, can I search the data from the global search or not? Can I search your table data? The data, what you have in your table, can I search the data from the global search or not? Is given by, what was that? Allow search. If I enable this, my data you can search from the global search. The next we have object creation option. What do you mean by that? Boss, these options are available to you only at the time of creating an object. At the time of creating an object, these options are available to you. Once the object is created, you cannot enable or disable this option. These options are available to you only at the time of creating an object. Once the object is created, you cannot enable or disable. What are they? Add nodes and attachment. Now look at this. On the record, you get an option called nodes and attachment. On the record, you get an option called nodes and attachment, where I can write any important points or any supporting documents. Like let us say the invoice is what I sent to this guy. I want to store it. If you want to attach any files, or you want to write any notes, we require what? Nodes and attachment. If I enable this option, it will add nodes and attachments to the object. Launch a custom tab wizard. If I select this, once the object is created, it will take you to the tab creation page. Once the object is created, it will take you to what? Tab creation page. Right now I am not selecting this. Now let us see. What is the structure now? Look at the point. Object is created. What are you finding here? Customer underscore underscore C. What are you finding here? Customer underscore C. What is this customer underscore C? Custom object. It is what? Custom object. Customer underscore C. It is a custom object. Customer underscore C, which is a custom object. I hope you are good with this. Now click on edit. Everything we are able to see. If you want, you can enable this again, or you can delete this. It's your choice. But last two options are not visible because they are only one-time creation options. I hope you are followed. Once again, we'll do the process again. Now I'll do the same repetition in the Lightning. So how it is done in the Lightning? So let us go with this. Setup. So here we have platform tools, objects and fields, object manager. Create custom object. Structure is the same, right? Now from Lightning also we can create a classic application, a Lightning application. Now object label. What is that label? Target object. Targets. Label name. With what name they will be displayed? Plural label. Name printed on the tab. Object name. Actual name of the object, using which we will be referring to the actual name of the object, using which we refer to the object programmatically. Context sensitive help. On the object, we are finding help. When you click on that help, which data should be visible to you? That is given with context sensitive. I told standard, or else we can go to Visual Force. Now, every object will have one standard field, which is called name field. If while displaying, if I display this as a name, people may misunderstand it is a customer name. But what actually I am storing here? Customer name. The field name is name. If I say name, people may misunderstand it is a customer name. But actually what I am storing? Customer ID. So with what label name field should be displayed on the UI? Look at the format boss. This is my table. In this I want to store customer ID. The name I am going to store in the customer ID. But in the UI, when I display like this, what customer will feel in the UI. If I display like this, what customer will feel? The name is a name of the customer will feel, right? So I have to convey the same. So to tell the customer boss in this field what type of data we are storing, I'm giving this as customer. So what is the actual name? Name. In the table it is a name, but while displaying it is what? Customer ID. So with the what label the name field should be displayed is called customer record label. Target name. What I can take? Data, text or auto number. Auto number means you tell the format, system will generate the number. Then what is the next one we had? Option. They can be enabled or disabled at any stage. Allow reports, creation of reports. Allow activities, creation of task and event. Track field study, events and task. Oh, sorry. Changes anything, any change made on the field. Allow in charter groups, allows you to add, okay, this object in charter and communities. Then we have object classification. When I say object classification, is it a lightning or a classic? Is it a lightning or classic? If it is a lightning, then we are going to disable any one of these options. Enterprise, enable all the three options. Deployment status, in development, deployed. In development means it is not ready for sharing. Deployed means ready for sharing. Search status, now do you want the data of this object to be searched from the global search? Then object creation options, these options are available at the time of creating an object. Once the object is created, they are not available, right? Now look at the format. Select. I am selecting the second option also. If I select the second option, now what happened? Once the object is created, immediately it has taken to what? Tab creation. Once the object is created, immediately it is asking you to create a tab. Why? Because you selected second option. If you select the second option, it is saying once the object creation is done, immediately create the tab. Once the object creation is done, immediately create the tab. Okay. I hope you are good with this. So what is the overall conclusion of this? Boss, there are objects in the regular database. If you take any regular database, Oracle or any Java application, .NET application, if you want to save the data, they will create a table. Please do not type the message, unmute your mic and ask. We cannot read the messages in the class. Please unmute the mic and ask. Name, city, phone. So what we have? This is Sham. This is the data. In the regular database, you create a table and save the data. This table we are calling as what? You call this as a table, and we call it as object. In the Salesforce, we are calling this table as object. Now, you are calling this name, city, place, phone. You are calling them as columns. In the table, we call it as columns. The table we call it as columns. We call as in the Salesforce we call it as fields. You call Sham, Hyderabad, Sanagar, Ram Hyderabad. You call it as row. We call it as right. So table, columns, row, whereas in the Salesforce object, fields, record. Then how many types of objects are there? Two types: standard, custom. So what is a standard? Created by Salesforce. What is a custom? Created by user according to your choice. How do you recognize the custom? __C. So how do you create? Setup, build, create, setup, build, create objects, new custom object. If you go to Lightning, setup, platform tools, objects, okay, objects and fields, then object manager, then go to new custom object. So anyone has any query on this? Online people, someone has typed the message. What is your query?
Sir, when we create the object in Lightning mode, is it considered as an enterprise object or Lightning object?
See, you create the object in the Lightning or a Classic, doesn't matter. Did you enable the options or not is the question. From Lightning also we can create enterprise application object. From Classic also we can create Lightning application object. So if you create the object in the Classic, is it a Classic object? Enter, okay, Lightning object? No. If you create the object in the Lightning, it's a Lightning object? No. When you are creating an object, let you create the object from a Classic or a Lightning. If you enable all the three options, it is enterprise. If you disable, it is a Lightning. So it doesn't mean that if you create from Classic, it is enterprise. Create from Lightning, it is Lightning. No. At the time of creating an object, you have an option. What is that option? Object classification. Whatever the options you have selected, based on that options, they are going to tell whether it's a Lightning application or a Classic application. A Lightning application
Okay.
object or a Classic application object. Okay. So
Okay.
let's go to the next one. Yeah, go ahead. So someone else has a query. Go ahead. Make it faster. Okay. Let us go to the next one. This is the case. Now let us go to the next concept. What is the other ways of creating an object? What is the other way of creating an object? First, let me give you critical information till now. Just I'll copy paste it. Okay. Now look at the theory what we have. Look at the theory what we have. So what is an object? Objects are nothing but tables in regular database. Any data stored to the Salesforce will be saved to objects. Two types of object: standard object and custom object. Standard objects. Objects which are created by the Salesforce are called standard. Example: account, contact. Example: we have account, contact, okay, user, profile, lead, opportunity. Then standard objects cannot be deleted. Anything that you say standard, it cannot be deleted. But if you want, you can customize some of the properties. Custom objects. What are custom objects? Objects created by the user are called custom objects. All the custom objects will have __C appended to the functionality. Then how do you create the objects? Steps to create. Classic navigation. In the Classic, we had setup, build, we have setup, build, create, Then we had set up, build, create objects. Then new custom objects. Objects, new custom objects. Then when you go to lightning navigation. Steps are same, only navigation is changing. In both the cases, steps are same, only the navigation process is changing. So what is the navigation process we had? Setup, platform tools, objects and fields, object manager, create, custom object. So the classic is the navigation, lightning, object manager, so we had step number 1, enter the object label. Objects are displayed on the user interface with the object label. Then enter the object plural label. What is the plural label? The name that is printed on the tab. Once you create an object, what is the name that is printed on the tab is called plural label. Then object name, actual name of your object. Then enter object name, actual name of your object. Then context sensitive. On every object, Salesforce will create one custom link. What is that? Help for this page. When you click on the link, corresponding help document will open. So there are two options what we have. What is that? One is open standard Salesforce and supporting document. If I choose this option, standard document will be opened. Second option, open a window using custom Visualforce. Now you tell what is the Visualforce, which Visualforce you want to open. If you want to design your own Visualforce, you can do this. And what is the next one we had? Record name label. So for every object, they are going to have one standard field. What is that field called? Name field. Now how that name field should be displayed is given by standard record. Now what is the data type that is accepted for this? What type of data type are accepted? Text and auto number. Text means you have to enter, auto number means system will enter. Now I give a couple of examples for the Shalini, mute your mic. Then optional features. These are enable or disabled. As per your business requirement. It's not mandatory that we need to enable or disable at the time of creating an object. We can enable them or disable them as per your requirement. So already we have seen this. Okay. Then we had, what is the next one we had? Object classification. If you enable all the three, it is lightning. If you disable any one of these, it is a lightning. Enable all of them, it is a enterprise. Allow search. If you enable this option, we can search the data of this object from the global search. Object creation, these options are available at the time of, only at the time of creating an object. Once the object is created, you cannot enable or disable this option. This is what we have seen as of now. I hope all these points are clear for everyone. I hope everyone is good with these points. Right. So the steps what we have is same. Only the difference is navigation. In the classic we have a different navigation. In the lightning we have a different navigation. Otherwise, process of creating is same. I hope you are good. Okay. Now let us say, boss, we have 30 objects to be created. When I want to create 30 objects, do you follow the same navigation? Every time setup, build, create object, setup, build, create object, enter all the data? No. Then in that case, what I will do, I will go for the second option. What is the second option I have? What is the second option I have? Schema builder. We can create the object using what? Schema builder. We can also build the object using schema builder. What is the schema builder? Quick creation. We can create this quickly. Let us see how we can create. What you are finding here? Schema builder. Click on the schema builder. Here. What you are finding here? Elements, object, drag and drop, loans. You enter the basic information. What was that? We are able to build it. Drag and drop. So when you want to create, so what I'm doing, first let us create. Later on I will set the properties. Allow me to create the objects first. Later on I will create the properties. Allow me to create the objects first. Later on I am going to create the properties. So what is this called? Schema builder. We are trying to build the objects using schema builder. Quick creation. But properties need to be managed later. Are you getting my point? We can also create the object using what? Schema builder. So what is the navigation again? First we had in the classic, how do you make it? So we had set up. Build, setup, build, develop, schema builder. In the schema builder, what we are supposed to select? Elements. Then drag and drop the object icon on schema builder. Right. Give it the lightning. Give it the lightning. This is a classic. Give it the lightning. Setup. Platform tools. Setup platform tools. Then we have objects and fields. Object manager. Then the schema builder. The same story. What is the schema builder? So this is building using schema builder. This is a classic way of creating it, and this is right. So what is the advantage of this? We can build the objects quicker and faster. But the problem is, what is the problem we had? We need to set the properties separately. When you go with the standard navigation, object and properties both are set at a time. When you go with the schema builder, objects are created, settings are set later. I hope you are good with this, right? People have followed this. Now in the classic, how do you create? Let us go with the classic. Setup, build, develop. Now we got a build lightning bolt. Okay, lightning bolt schema. Another lightning bolt. What you are finding? Schema builder. So I can make a modification. Slight change in the navigation here. Lightning bolt schema builder. Then we have go to elements, drag and drop, enter the data. People are good with this? Clear? Okay. Now next. So who can create a new objects? We are not done with this yet. In how many ways we can create? In how many ways we can create a custom object? 3 ways. Standard navigation, schema builder, metadata SOAP API. It's web services. Using what? Web services. Using web services we can create. There is a programmatical way. Then objects falls under which part of MVC? What is the MVC? In the MVC, your application structure is MVC model. Model, view, control. Objects falls under which part of MVC? Model part of MVC. This is your certification question in App Builder. How many custom objects we can create in the Salesforce? Now we are creating a custom objects. How many objects we can create? It purely depends upon edition what you purchased. If you purchase unlimited edition, 200 objects, sorry, 2000 objects we can create. Enterprise 200, developer 400, professional 50. So the number of objects what you can create purely depends upon edition what you have purchased. Number of objects what I can create purely depends upon the edition what you have purchased. Then for every object, Salesforce has given 3 character ID. Based on this ID only, Salesforce will recognize the object. In the Salesforce, for every object, they have given 3 character ID. Based on this ID only, Salesforce will recognize it. Now, look at this. If I go to campaign, what was the ID? 701. Leads 00Q. Accounts 001. Contact 003. Opportunities 006. Contracts 800. Order 801. Case 500. Are you getting? So for every object, Salesforce is going to give you 3 character ID. Based on that ID, we will recognize what is that object. Let it be a standard object or a custom object. For every object, they are giving what? 3 character ID. Let it be a standard object or a custom object. Salesforce by default giving 3 character ID for you, based on which we can recognize what type of object was that. I hope you are good. People have followed? Okay. Now, for your practice, what are the use cases? Now, for your practice, what are the use cases? Right now, we are at the beginning, so go to Trailhead, Object Creation Exercise. Now we can go with the object creation module. So this will give you basic information. Probably you can get 10% of information. Then go to force.com fundamental. Force.com fundamental. PDF.com. In the Google, just type You get a PDF. In that PDF, from 35 page, from 35 page start practicing. Third one, then go to my Facebook community, Satish Maila Notes, complete admin 1 project. So these are the use cases which you are supposed to practice. Practice this use case. Whatever the topic I am covering on the topic, complete the exercises in this. Go along with my topic and practice these use cases. One is trailhead. Now, if you are a fresher, don't forget to implement your trailhead. So when you apply for a job, generally people ask you how many badges you have done. If you are experienced, it doesn't make a sense for you, right? Now, if it is a fresher, to tell you that I know the Salesforce without doing any certification. These badges, just to tell that I have done this many badges. Okay. For fresher, it is a must that you have to go with the Trailhead. Trailhead is a Salesforce platform. I can say they are giving few exercises for you and few theoretical information they are given. So at the fresher level, probably you may get around 30 to 40% of information. But when you are experienced, probably you hardly get a 10% of information as per your real-time knowledge. For a fresher, as you require only what is what, so up to 50% of the content you get in the administration. When you go to development, it's zero, but when you go to administration, around 50% of the knowledge you can gain for a fresher. If you're experienced, maybe 10 to 15% you can gain, because they don't give where we can use. They only give what is what. Okay. So for a fresher, it is a must that you have to complete your trailhead. Freshers, it is a must that you have to complete your trailhead. Whatever the trial account you have created, log in with the trial account, start completing your exercises and gaining the badges. It will be helpful to you in projecting your resume for freshers. For freshers, it's a mandatory. Okay. Right, boss. So I hope you're good with this now. Clear? Okay. Let us go to next concept. What is the next concept we had? Like people are saturated. Now, fine. Any other query? Chalo. We'll see it in the next.